Welcome to Geeks Between Worlds, the crossover podcast where pop culture collides.
Welcome to Geeks Between Worlds. I am your host, Oscar Lucio, and I am with Steven Scott Horn. How you doing, Steven?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing today,
Are you really
Oscar?
doing fantastic?
I am doing good.
It's been a crazy little bit of time.
It's been a fucked
You had
up
the holidays. Yeah, you had some terrible stuff happen. Where do we start off?
What did I have that was terrible that happened to me?
Well, nothing to you, just to the world.
You made it sound like there's something horrible happened to me, and all these people are like, I want to know what happened to Steven.
I mean, did anything terrible happen to you this year? What do you think? What do you think of your own life?
I didn't get to play an Assassin's Creed this year. So that's kind of sad.
Is that really that bad?
No.
Not for me.
I got a new job.
I guess it's like
new position.
Yeah, new position. That's
new
nice.
Store.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Getting
so that
crazy.
happened.
Getting crazy.
So that sucked.
So that sucked. Yeah.
But,
so a bunch of terrible shit.
But yeah, it was pretty
Responsibility
bad,
mostly
yeah.
is the key to that.
Harambe died?
Harambe, yeah, terrible stuff.
He took a shot.
We started out with David Bowie, Harambe, Prince, and then we ended with Carrie Fisher, so sad, and Debbie Reynolds, her mother.
Yeah,
dying from pretty much a broken heart. That's so sad, so terrible. We're gonna get into it a little bit later. Yeah, so it was so devastating. Probably the saddest I've ever been, actually, over a real celebrity death. You know what I mean? I mean, you're always sad about it, but man, I was really, really torn up about it. I was like, man,
no, it completely threw me off. I knew she had the heart attack, but I heard she was stable. She was in good condition and everything. But then, I called you that one day, a couple days after the heart attack, and you gave me the news.
I gave you the news.
I was heartbroken.
So
we lost a princess.
Before we get too far into that, we're going to talk about some 2016, kind of our favorite things.
Yes.
Our favorite movies, our favorite games.
A lot of good stuff came out this year.
What do you want to start out with?
Video games, come on.
Video games?
Come
okay.
on.
Okay, you start out. What's your number one?
All right.
What's your number one?
This is the official Steven Scott Horn Best of 2016 list.
Okay.
Video games, movies, and I got a bonus for the game I played the most this year, I would say.
Yes.
And also my favorite TV show season that came out in 2016. Obviously, if it was like a season that started last year and then it took a break and then it came back, I think you can add that.
Okay.
But I don't know if you thought about your show yet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
To be honest,
I'm
not. I don't have my list.
I
left it outside the room, but it's all in here.
All right.
It's all in here.
As long as it's in there.
It's in there. It's ready to come out. Tell you.
All right. Video games.
Number one video game of the year.
No,
I want to know your number 5.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay.
Getting crazy.
We're going to go with number 5.
Okay, number 5 is?
BioShock Collection.
Okay.
I put this on here. I know it's a re-release of a game that came out in 2007, and then I don't know when the games after it came out. But
following games.
Yeah, but they're not as good. BioShock
I love
Infinite's
BioShock
fucking
Infinite.
amazing.
A
Anyways,
lot of people don't, though.
I haven't put a lot of time into this yet, but I would say it's my number one because it's just an amazing compilation of fucking video games.
First time you looked at an amazing compilation.
Won't be the last.
All right.
Won't be the last.
But yeah, amazing compilation games. It really is, especially for that $60 price point, and it's so nice. And probably now you get a little bit cheaper. You get 3 fantastic games.
The art cover is just beautiful.
It really
showing
is
the
beautiful.
Infinite on top, the BioShock on bottom, and it's just got that glossy sleeve. Like sometimes I don't like when a video game has the sleeve,
the slip cover.
Yeah, sometimes I hate that. Because I'm like, I want to play this video game. It takes me an extra couple seconds to take that cover off.
Yeah.
And that's times I could be
gaming.
gaming.
You already hate that you have physical games as
I know,
it is.
yeah, I might eventually.
You despise it.
But the BioShock collection is a reason why I want to keep buying physical media because of how amazing just that freaking slipcover is. The packaging, all of it is fantastic.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Number 4.
Number 4.
All
right. I hope you didn't mention this one isn't on yours, but if it is, then fuck it.
You probably fucking look at my list.
I did it. Overcooked.
That is on my list.
It
Come
is?
on, of course it is.
All right, I'll let you talk. I'll let you talk about that because I put Battlefield 1 on there just in case.
I'm
going to let you talk about it.
Okay. Well, actually, no, that doesn't work. You need to give me your 3 now then. You give me your 3. What's your third?
Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4. Nice.
Amazing ending to the Nathan Drake just collection. It's
the
done.
Naked Drake.
The Naked Drake
collection would be pretty good too, though, right?
Yeah,
I don't want that one to end though.
No, not at all.
What?
Keep going. Which Drake we talking about?
I don't know any of them.
I like all the Drakes.
See, you didn't even think about
Hotline Bling.
Hotline Bling. All right.
It's my thing. All right. And then I know this one's going to be on your list, but I have to put it on here anyways. Overwatch. Overwatch is probably my shooter of the year.
That's your second?
That's my second.
That's your second.
That's my second.
Okay.
Overwatch was fantastic. If you haven't played it, play it. You'll love it. We got bonus content coming out every other day.
It is fantastic. Now, before you get to one, I'm going to go with mine.
Okay.
Go with mine. Okay. To bottom out my list, I got PlayStation VR Worlds. A great experience. It's a very great game that you dive into when you first get your PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
There's so many experiences in it. I even like the street looting, things like that. You have the London Heist, which really is the golden gem of that game, and coincidentally, you're trying to steal a golden gem,
And what's nice is if you get the bundle, this game comes with it, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, if you get the VR bundle, the game is with it. And now there's pro support with the game that even makes the game look more beautiful in the headset. So that's nice that they incorporated the pro. We've had discussions about why they didn't tell you that some games would go pro.
Yeah,
and that's because, they don't want you to think that your PS4 can't run this device.
It can, which it can.
Yeah, it can. It can fully.
Yeah. The pro really only, in that compilation or that group of games, it really only makes, I would say, one of the games really stand out, which is the Heist.
To where you couldn't even really realize it.
With the other ones, you can't tell, but with the Heist, that one does look much better, and I think that's the one they really worked on.
And one of your favorite VR experiences is the ocean dive.
The Ocean Descent.
Yeah, Ocean Descent. Yeah, you love that.
Yeah, that's the best one.
I've showed a lot of people that for their first VR game.
It's easy. It's simple to play.
And it freaks some people out to where they even can't finish it sometimes, which is hilarious to see. I love that.
That shark.
Yeah, that shark is pretty crazy.
That is good.
So my fourth game is, now you're gonna be a little surprised by this, I believe. My fourth game is Final Fantasy 15.
Wow.
It's a fantastic game. It's everything that I want from Final Fantasy 15. There's so much time into it. The more I actually play this game, it might go up higher on this list.
It's weird how that happens. I swear, every time I play it, I'm like, the graphics even somehow look better. I'm how did this happen?
Something
every
else
time I
impresses
play it.
you.
Yep.
Even just the side missions, you know how much I'm doing the side missions right now. You keep dying to just tell me to get to Chapter 9. You just love the Chapter 9.
That's when the game gets
crazy.
It gets linear, streamlined, and the story really starts to kind of matter. Where beforehand, you kind of get little snippets of the story here, and then you get more of it by certain characters in the missions, and then all of the characters in the side missions, you get little bits of stories. But 9 is when it's like, all right, we take all that information you have and streamline it, and you're actually you're doing something. I can't tell you, but you go to a new area.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing. And
see, now right now I am in Chapter 7 with about 32 hours in the game. So I've been doing a lot of side missions. But those side missions are great because there's just really so much time put into it. Now my next game is going to be Overcooked. Overcooked takes the third spot because it is really fantastic, isn't it? I mean, it's so good. We beat the whole game couch co-op. We
almost in one night.
Yep, almost in one night. We couldn't beat the last one in one night though. It was so hard. And
3 stars on all those
And then we
bitches.
beat the game with one of us doing Vita remote play because we didn't have another controller. That's 10 times more fucking impressive.
That is how it happened.
10 times more impressive. And now there's some DLC packs that we need to get to. Once this cast is done, pop in some DLC packs. I need some more Overcooked. Yeah. And then my second is Overwatch. Overwatch needs no explanation. Overwatch is probably the most fantastic shooter of our time, going back to my favorite, Halo 3. I mean, I loved Halo 3, and Overwatch I can't get enough of it. So let's hear your number one.
Dark Souls 3.
Dark Souls 3. I had a feeling. I had a feeling.
No, that game was magnificent. So Bloodborne was the last From Software game that came out, the PlayStation exclusive, and I thought it would just be more Dark Souls and more what I want, and it wasn't. It was more, it was its own thing, and I mean, I did like it. It was a fun game. It was great, but I didn't really care for the just kind of the setting as much as I did with just kind of the Dark Souls setting. So as soon as they went back to it with the third one, it was just perfect. The boss fights are awesome. They made the multiplayer much easier, so it's so much easier to just play with my friends and just go around and fight all these horrible, creepy creatures and just die over and over and over and over again. But it's just, the gameplay is enticing. I love it. I would have to say that's my number one because I'm going to keep playing that game through a couple years now. Like every game, I'm going to play the different styles of the game, the different characters, and it's going to be amazing. I still love that game.
I love it. That's even one of your first games that you even made a video and you put it out on for the world to see on the internet and stuff.
YouTube.
That
Steven
has happened. Yeah, we should put that to the GBW account because we are lacking content on that YouTube.
We need
but hey, this might be on there. Who knows? Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. 50-50.
We'll see.
Getting crazy. But my number one is going to have to be the Insomniac title, Ratchet & Clank.
Yep.
Ratchet & Clank is so fantastic. It is to me what defines a video game. This defines a video game like no other game. Like, it brings me back to my childhood days, me sitting in front of that old tube television, playing for hours, the collectathon type stuff is so much fun, for me, and those visuals of all the bolts coming at you all the time.
The particle effects for those are just fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic. And then we've even played it on the Pro now, and man, that game is even more beautiful. It's crazy how good that game looks with 4K HDR. It is crazy.
I can honestly say it's one of the best games I've ever played. It being in 4K with HDR on the Pro, it is fantastic. Like, there are times I have to stop and marvel. It looks like a fake game you would see in a movie or something where somebody's playing a game and you're like, that's so fake because it looks so good. But no, this is a real video game.
Yeah, it does. It looks like the movie, and the movie didn't do well, but the movie cutscenes fit so good in that game, don't they?
No, yeah.
It's almost like that's probably why the movie didn't do good, is because it fit so well into the game that they were trying to do. You know what I mean? Like, that is a game type cutscene rather than like a movie type. You know, there is a difference. Yeah,
that makes sense.
And but yeah, Ratchet and Clank. I can't wait to see what Insomniac does with Spider-Man next. I mean, the sky's the limit for those guys, and what's nice also is, even though it's not Insomniac, but the Naughty Dog insane collection of Crash Bandicoot will also be $40 too, which is what Ratchet and Clank came out at. Yeah. So I like that they kept it at that price point because everybody did love it. I mean, man, so many people played that game, and it was because it was accessible. And it was something that you were familiar with, because the Ratchet and Clank franchise wasn't really doing very good at all. No. It was one of those dumpster games that nobody played anymore. I would have said it was
dead in the water. Like,
I
never really thought about it until it came out.
Yeah. So and we might be getting Ratchet and Clank too. Yeah. So, which is even better. Obviously after Spider-Man.
It better be after Spider-Man.
Yeah. If they just crank out a Clank before Spider-Man, that's gonna kind of make me sad.
No, all I want is Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Duh.
Like I wish it was 2017. There's probably no way it'll be 2017.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
No. Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah. So now let's get to film.
Okay.
Top 5 films.
All right. Do you want to start this time?
You want me to start this time?
Yeah.
You want me to start this time?
Is that gonna be harder for you?
No, you got it. You go first. Okay. You go first, because it will be. I'm gonna have to. Maybe one of your movies will spark my. Oh, you know what? I remember my whole list. Ha. You know what? It was.
So were you just like there was one
like this
that
thing behind you on the wall that kind of made me remember. Yeah. So I'll start out my top 5. You got some animals behind you. All my right. Top 5. Zootopia. Boom. Zootopia is so good.
Yep.
I love Zootopia. It is hands down my personal favorite CG movie in a while too. I mean, and even the twist. There was a twist that had me.
Yep.
It had me.
There were numerous good twists in the movie.
Yeah, it was great, and you thought the movie was even kind of done for a second. You're like, oh, is this movie going to be done? Like, it seemed a little short-lived. And then no, there's like the second plot where the movie still lives, and Jason Bateman is great, and oh man, such a great movie. What's your fifth?
All right, my 5th, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Yep.
Nice. I had Doctor Strange on my list, but I actually crossed it out for a different movie.
Yeah, see, I would have to keep it on there just because Marvel is just amazing at giving me movies that I'm not sure if I want, but I end up loving it, and I knew that was going to be Doctor Strange. Like, from the moment I saw the first trailer, I was like, I don't know if I want that, but Marvel's going to make me want that, and when I watch it, I'm going to love it because that's what Marvel does with their origin movies. You got, like, Guardians of the Galaxy is fantastic. And
Guardians of the Galaxy is great, and I can't wait to see Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It is going to be so good.
Yeah, dude. And I think it's going to be the same with Doctor Strange. I think Doctor Strange 2, like when we get that first couple trailers, like we've got in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, we're going to be like, this looks amazing. And yeah, that's what Marvel does. They can't do wrong right now. And I am full Marvel. I'm
and what's great is the Thor Ragnarok movie is supposed to include Doctor Strange, and it's going to be this big collaboration like they did with Captain America, which is so cool, which will be the reason why Iron Man 3 is just left in its grimy, shitty dust it should be. I don't like Iron Man 3, you know that.
I know.
And they just really missed the ball with that. They could have made that movie great, and they didn't, you know?
Yeah.
And you really saw that when they made Captain America. They made it full bore crossover, you know, and they're like, we're going to do that with Thor too, because also Thor is also kind of on the bottom of the bucket with all the Marvel movies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hopefully this really goes hard, because I would love to see it. I mean, there is a teaser at the end of Doctor Strange that is Doctor Strange talking to Thor. Yeah. And he kind of refills that beer in his hand, and Thor's just so amazing. He's like, this is amazing. Yeah, but they talk about the security of Loki, you know, and things like that. So
it makes me wonder how big of a role he's going to have it. And is it going to be an off-screen thing, or is he actually going to be in the movie?
I hope that he is in the movie. I really hope so. It'd be nice.
That would
be nice.
That would be.
So my fourth is going to be Deadpool. Deadpool was a fantastic movie. I had a great time watching it. It was everything I always wanted it to be. I'm skeptical of the second one now that, you know, the director's gone, and, you know, but hopefully everything should be fine. I have belief in it.
Didn't Deadpool 1 have like problems though? Like
yeah, they did have some type of problems. But really, this is that strange case to where usually, no, this is the director's movie. Seeing the director go might be the worst thing. But in Deadpool's case, this is truly the actor's movie. This movie would not happen without Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, exactly.
And at the time, I do think maybe him getting in a scuffle with Miller and stuff like that, them parting ways might be the best for it, because this is a franchise that I do trust with the actor rather than with the director or the producer or, you know, the studio. You know, so I have faith that Ryan Reynolds will never let this movie not be a success.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I even feel like he'd be the person to like say, no, I think we should reshoot this.
No, yeah, I really think he would.
Yeah.
Or he'd be the guy to like just get off all social media and not support it in any way if for some reason like there was something going wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he didn't agree with it. Yeah. He'd be vocal about it.
He would be very vocal about it, or be very unvocal about it. I think, and just like showing like boom, because that's like the best thing that he does right now is he's showing up at events in his costumes, he's doing stuff on social media all the time. Like he's another reason like why this movie is just being spread out there through advertisements. Like of course there's an advertisement team doing it, but you know he's like gun ho to do all of it. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it would be interesting if he wasn't on board with it, because they would lose that side of it.
Well, just remember all the promotional stuff that they had before Deadpool came out.
Yeah, it was just tons and tons.
So much like little commercials and everything of him in the suit, which is what really is what killed it.
YouTube videos like all the time. He was on like the Honest trailer.
He did his own Honest trailer.
He did his own Honest trailer.
Yeah, that is fantastic.
So meta.
Yeah, that is. Yes. So meta. Okay, but so what's your third?
It would be my fourth, right?
No, your fourth was Doctor Strange.
No, that was my fifth.
What was after Doctor Strange then?
I haven't talked about that one yet.
I thought you just did. No, my bad. Okay, what's your fourth?
Well, we're going to talk about it a little bit later, but it's Rogue One.
Okay, nice.
So I'll just put that out there and stay tuned.
So how the fuck did we get to my fourth but not your fourth? See? You see that? You see what happened? How did that happen, man?
Did you talk about how many movies?
Oh, no, I started off this time.
Yeah,
that's what happened. Yeah. Boom.
If you had your list, this would have happened.
Fix it. Yeah, if I had my list. Or if you would have just started out like, you know, I obviously gestured you to, you know. But then you're like, would you like to start it? And you just screwed all this train track up. This is a show
These tracks
that
weren't
only
set.
has success if every little thing goes according to plan, and then you just try to derail that train?
It wasn't in plan when you forgot your freaking list.
It wasn't.
We went out there specifically for your list.
No,
viewers.
You were like, I need water.
Well, I followed you out there.
Where the fuck's your water now?
I just needed a little bit of water.
So you left your water out there.
When do I ever drink water?
So you left your water out there.
I didn't. I mean,
how do the listeners know when you drink water and when you don't? You've drank water here.
Maybe once or twice, but normally I leave it behind me and forget about it.
You're turning this into a shit show.
I'm a fucking shit show on you.
Fuck this. Okay,
you notice how well I put up the Naruto thing?
Yeah, you did
really
good.
Yeah.
Looks good. Really this is what Steven.
I was wearing
this
that
is
earlier.
What Steven does when I'm stressing the out. No, I was kidding.
That was my contribution to this episode.
Okay, so Rogue One, fantastic. We are going to talk about it a little bit later. So I'll just get to my third.
Yeah.
My third is what made me cross out the Doctor Strange.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
I almost put that on
fantastic movie.
Yeah,
maybe the biggest. Whoa. Harley getting.
We talked about
Harley getting cray. Harley, my girl Harley. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Is it scuffled?
When my collectibles fall, Steven, you let me grab them. Okay?
I'm pretty sure I picked that up twice because it's fallen down like 3 times.
Yeah, it has. I told you we shouldn't do it.
Yeah, you
didn't listen to me.
This one. Well, now you're covering up the Justice Friends.
Well, some things have to fucking be sacrificed, Steven. One thing you'll learn soon enough is sometimes you have to sacrifice shit for this project. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, that's
a fucking threat, guys.
Cloverfield Lane is fantastic, though.
It is John Goodman.
It is my surprise movie of the year. Because my number one spot, I walked into it thinking that it was going to be great. I didn't walk into this movie thinking that it was going to be all fucking king shit that it was, but it was a great movie that did end up tying to Cloverfield. Spoiler alert. Sorry, guys. If you haven't seen it yet, then that's your fault. John Goodman is probably the best John Goodman role we've ever seen him in. He is so diverse in this, because at first you're like, yo, he cares, and then he doesn't care, and then you're like, what's going on? And like, he really is this kidnapping son of a bitch.
He's a creep.
And then the whole cast is really great. The world is great. That end scene is fantastic too. Supposedly there's going to be another Cloverfield type movie called The God Particle that nobody knows shit about too.
Nice.
What was cool about 10 Cloverfield Lane is that nobody really knew about it either until the trailer came out. How cool is that? Nobody knew about this movie until they released the trailer of 10 Cloverfield Lane. That is a fucking accomplishment in its own.
And you saw that J.J. Abrams was like connected to it.
And you're like, whoa.
What's going on here?
So okay, so what's your third?
Keanu.
Ooh, yeah. What a great drop.
You give Key and Peele a little extra money to make a movie, and they do it right.
I fucking love Keanu.
You get a kitten. There's actually multiple kittens, but a kitten.
The main
drug dealers, a cop undercover, and 2 dorks, and like you got a movie.
Yeah, Will Forte is the drug dealer too, and he was fantastic. He was great, especially when they're like, he's like, take him out, and he's like, no, and then he's like, oh, take me out of the trunk. Yeah, let's do it. It's like that movie is gold.
Method Man. In it.
You know what? That almost might be running up for a surprise movie. Yeah. That was surprisingly good.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
That was a fantastic movie. I really hope they get more shots at doing films. I really hope they do, because that was good.
I hope they just do more stuff together, just because, now that Key and Peele is ending, I feel like they're going to kind of go their separate ways, which I think it's Keegan. He's doing some voice acting now, and then, because I know he does voice acting, and I'm pretty sure it's the Game of Thrones Telltale games. And so, like, they're kind of both doing different stuff, so I really hope they continue to work together to make movies like this and stuff, like, every once in a while.
Yeah, no, so what's really cool is that I have seen Peele do their own stuff too, but that has to be a relationship. I mean, unless if there's some back alley stuff that we don't know about, that's only going to be one of those bromances that I think lasts a long time. Yeah. You know what I mean? My second is gonna have to be Rogue One. That's my second.
All right. Nice.
So we'll talk about that here a little bit later.
Cool.
What is your second? My phone's been dinging.
That was yours.
It was.
I would have to go.
Whose else would it be?
Jerry.
There's nobody behind the camera. It's a standstill.
Nobody knows that. We could have a whole fucking group of people. Kevin, we see you playing Galaga.
You're talking to Titus from Final Fantasy X on my wall.
Okay, he's playing Final Fantasy.
He's playing Blitzball. Why would he be playing Final Fantasy? No, he is Final
Kevin's
Fantasy.
Kevin's playing Final Fantasy.
You fucked that up. You try to make this mirage of things, and you fucking just ended up looking like a liar. You've been destroyed.
Forgot to talk about my bonus game.
Fuck your bonus game. What are you on?
Number 2, Jungle Book.
Woo! What a great one.
Yeah, Jungle Book was great.
I love it.
It was fantastic.
Jon Favreau really did justice to that, and now he gets to do justice to some fucking Lion King.
Yep.
Which it really isn't a live-action movie, but it's kind of labeled as one.
Yeah, it's gonna be. But no, especially when you see how like they filmed it and everything, like it's fantastic. And that I can't think of the actor's name, but the young boy.
Yeah.
Mowgli.
He was the perfect Mowgli.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
And that was his first movie.
I mean, like how his arms would like move around and jostle like as he was walking. Like that was perfect.
Yeah. No, that movie was great.
The Scarlett Johansson being the Snake, Christopher Walken, King Louie. Oh my God, Ben Kingsley. Oh man, it was so good. Bill Murray, man, that cast is what made that movie great. Really,
and all the effects.
Yeah, obviously. It was great seeing the bear fight the tiger. Yeah. That was badass. And let's not forget Shere Khan. He was probably the baddest motherfucker ever. Idris Elba, being the boss that he always is.
Yeah,
I love Idris Elba. He's a great actor. Beasts of No Country.
Beasts of No Country?
Or no, Beasts of No Name? It's something like that on Netflix. It's great.
Okay.
I think it's Beasts of No Country, something like that. I don't know, but whatever. It's a great movie.
I want to see them do this though. I want them to keep making just classics in just live action, but make them good like this. Don't ruin.
Okay,
them.
here's the real question though. Are we ever gonna get Aladdin? Okay, get Aladdin.
That'd be fantastic.
And B, are we gonna get? Well, it's weird. B is weird because it's everywhere already. But are we gonna get the Disney Hercules that we love? Like it's one thing doing a movie live action. But I feel like they can do a Hercules movie live action, but still have it be like how everything looks like in the Disney, the armor that he wears, like how everything like is carved, like his sandals and things like that. I feel like they could still very much do that in a child. It would be a childish type of movie because it would have to look kind of kiddish.
Well, I mean, they did it with Jungle Book, like.
Yeah, but at the same time, Jungle Book was still a very serious movie, and if you do that with Hercules, it just becomes every other Hercules movie that they've made in the last 12 years.
Really bad.
Exactly. So you don't want to do that. So we'll probably never see the Hercules. Aladdin would be great, though. Also, Mulan would be really good. Live action movie.
Yeah.
It would just be weird, though, because,
the casting would be weird.
The casting would be kind of weird, but at the same time, you couldn't whitewash Mulan.
Yeah.
Which Disney would definitely.
They would do
everything they could do.
Yeah.
To try to do that,
Yeah.
So. But so that was my
number 2.
That was your number 2. My number 2 is gonna have to. Or no, wait. My number 2 is Rogue One. My number 1, Arrival.
Yeah.
Arrival is fantastic. Whoa.
Arrival.
Whoa. Is that your number 1?
I didn't put it on my list just because I knew you were going to talk about it. But then
what would it have been?
My number 1's Zootopia, anyways. So.
Oh, your number 1's Zootopia. Nice, good.
Zootopia is fantastic. But no, Arrival was. That actually really surprised me. I knew absolutely nothing about this film when I went into it.
Yeah, neither did
absolutely
I.
Nothing.
Our cousin Corey, though, was just hyping it.
And I was like, oh, this movie's going to suck. Actually, I'm pretty sure we were joking about it.
Yeah.
Up until that, we're like, we're going to go watch Arrival. Like,
yeah. The Arrival.
Yeah,
but no, I remember being in the theater with you and just like every 5 minutes, I'd just be like, what the fuck are we watching?
What is this? Like,
what the fuck are we watching? And then it showed them like go into the ship, and then it showed everything. And then I remember the last time I said it to you, I was like, what are we watching? It was fantastic. Hands down, my favorite movie of the year, which is the lead up to my last year's favorite movie, Ex Machina. I love and both those movies they're
very similar.
They are in very weird ways. In the tone of the movies, they're all very similar.
Mm-hmm.
A type of sci-fi, but such a weird type of grounded, natural sci-fi. Because when you walk out of both of those movies, it doesn't feel like you watched an alien or a robot movie.
I mean, there wasn't tons of dog fights, and there wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Didn't need that.
Day.
Oh my gosh!
How did she? It was fun, but how did she not know what their plan was? The guy kept screaming, "She's in my mind. She's in my mind. She's in my mind." How the fuck does she not know your plan then to kill her?
And then like the whole orb thing, like.
And it was like, you have so much to learn. And then everybody in our theater clapped. And, like, I clapped, too, because I was in the moment. But at the same time, like, really? Like, I mean, I've been in, like, Arrival. Nobody clapped in Arrival. That shit should have had a standing fucking ovation.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, Independence Day 3 is not happening.
You just don't clap to a new film, like an original film. Like, I don't know. It's always a sequel or a remake.
You clap to Avengers, though. Does that count?
Avengers is a sequel. I guess
Avengers
is a sequel.
It is a sequel to everything.
It's a meta crazy sequel of 5 different movies.
Meta.
All right.
Bonuses.
So,
bonuses. Oh
bonuses.
Yeah. Let's get to your fucking bonuses.
My bonus video game
Bonus
is Persona 4 Golden. Didn't come out in 2016, but I probably put more time into that game than any other game this year. And it's amazing. And you should finish it. Because it's that good. And Persona 5 is going to be better than Final Fantasy 15. I'm saying it now. It's going to be better than Final Fantasy 15.
You know what?
In such a Japanesey way.
No, I could see that. Yeah. No, absolutely. I can see Persona 5 being better than Final Fantasy.
It's going to be in April, though.
It's going to be close, but it's going to be two very different experiences.
Extremely different. Like, completely. Because the combat is not going to be why I play Persona 5. It's going to be
the story.
Just for the story.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just going to be for the relationships and the going to school. And I'm also a crook. Like, that's awesome.
Okay, so I completely agree with you. I can't wait for Persona 5. Yeah. And I did play Persona 4 this year because of you. Yeah. You got me into it. It's a fantastic game. I have about 28 hours into it. It's fantastic.
It is good.
I think it's crazy how much I've already have 32 hours, though, in Final Fantasy. That blows my fucking mind. That I feel like it took me so long to get to that point in Persona. And like,
yeah, but Final Fantasy it counts your pause time.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. So but mine would have to be a toss up between two. Okay, played a lot of Final Fantasy 7 this year. I bought the re-release
PlayStation
on the
4.
PS4. Mm-hmm. I had to get that Midgar theme. That's really what it was. I won't lie.
That's all it was for.
So I played a whole lot of that. Put about 37 hours into it.
Nice.
I beat it. You have the ×3 speed. Which actually kind of led to a problem because I actually didn't end up being like as good as level to kind of defeat the. I really had to grind at the end because I just wasn't ready for it. So it's a tie between that or I guess NES Classic. Can we say NES Classic?
I'll count it.
Yeah, so absolutely NES Classic. It's fantastic. There's not much to say. NES Classic.
Which games?
Which games would have to definitely be Super Mario 3.
Yep.
Another one would have to definitely be Castlevania. And I'm gonna have to go with the third one being
Pac-Man.
Not Pac-Man at all. No, not Pac-Man. Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to make you feel shitty about that, but you're wrong. I mean, you shouldn't be mad, but yeah, I started playing Legends of Zelda, and come on.
Which that's one of the few Zelda games I have never played through all of.
Really? Yeah, I mean, because I know how big a fan. You got the tattoo. You got the books at your house. You played them all, but yeah, you actually haven't really played through
the
one.
entire first. Yeah, it's a hard freaking game. If you know.
Yeah, it's really.
Which I mean,
hard,
I like Dark Souls. So
you actually haven't even played through 2 either, right?
No.
You started at Super Nintendo and up. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Me too. That's really what it was. Mm-hmm. But it's just such iconic. You literally start the game up. You walk into that room and he's like, "It's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this," and you're like. That's such an iconic, quick moment for it just being right at the beginning of the game. Like, there's no lead up to it. There's nothing.
I saw this meme where it was the same thing, but he gives Link a gun. And the next time it shows, Link with the gun, it shows the old man with sunglasses. And then it shows Link holding the gun, and he's got sunglasses. And he's like...
That's amazing.
It's pretty good.
It's like, bam, bam,
Would have been
bam.
a completely different game.
Nice, I like that. What's your honorable mention for a movie?
So what I did was...
you did TV show.
Bonus, TV. So my favorite TV show. And I would have to go with South Park. This season of South Park was amazing. The Member Berries.
Member Berries. You could not stop talking about this season of South Park.
It's caught me by surprise. I watched the last season. That was the first time where I saw them being a little more serial about it and being able to actually expand upon similar concepts into the same season and actually have episodes tie in with each other instead of them just being one-offs. And then this time they did it fully. It's all about freaking Garrison going through his elections just like Trump. He basically becomes Trump, and you got the Member Berries, and it's
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah,
situation.
You have Kyle's dad, who it turns out to be a horrible troll on the internet.
Yeah,
really bad, and it was just great. I loved it, and it reminded me of old South Park, and I would have to say I was happy every time I got to watch a new South Park episode.
You were very ecstatic, dude, all the time. For me, for TV show, it's a little hard. I've really watched a lot of TV this year, but I'm gonna have to say either Black Mirror or this season of The Walking Dead. I love this season of The Walking Dead, dude.
It was great.
I freaking love it.
No, yeah.
I love it so much. I was so disappointed
Great
in the
opening.
prior season. There's a lot of people that are crying about it, and I could care less.
Yeah. Like whatever.
But really, I really like where the show is going. I can't wait for the show to start back up again. And another honorable mention is Arrow. Arrow has gotten so much better. It really fucking redeemed itself, and a lot of people know it now. Like a lot of people are really starting to realize that. Like, when you even start to go on threads and stuff, and like people are like, no, this season is finally fucking excellent again. Nice. And it started out with you being so. Not really confused, but you were like, why do I care about these characters? Because they really do. They bring in a whole new team of people, and you're kind of like, I don't know. But then all of a sudden, they're so good, and you're like, wow, actually, I do like these characters. I do like this new team. This does make sense. He's fighting people that are in Arrow type of verse style. It's nothing too crazy like with Damien Dark, that they did recently, which was garbage.
Yeah, no, that was bad.
But yeah, getting to Black Mirror. Black Mirror is a psychological fucking mind trip. Every single episode is it's just a concept that is given to you in such a great way. Nice. An idea of where this society is headed eventually. And sometimes it's scary. Sometimes it makes you not want to be on your phone. There's an episode that I watched, and I turned off my phone because I did not want to be on it. The episode made me so disgusted in people checking their phones so much.
And then you turned it right back on. Right
after the episode, yeah, absolutely. It took me back maybe 10 minutes.
You got to get those tweets.
Maybe 10. But what it is like everybody rates a reaction whenever you have one. Your phones just automatically connect. And, like, you always rate your reaction or your pictures, and people rate your pictures and stuff. And then you have a social profile.
So if I met
from
you,
1 through 5,
you would just rate, like, how,
we would rate.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I would see that, that he gave me a 6.
Yeah, exactly. You would know. And then every day your score would go down or up. And it's a great episode. But
I give people just perfect 10s.
But the beginning, now see, that's kind of weird though, because you'll see it. You're gonna watch it because you're gonna love it. But the show actually starts out. That is actually a Netflix episode when Netflix owns the show now. This show actually started out on Channel 4 Broadcasting in the UK. And actually, that's really where some of the best stuff comes from, man. So far, what's weird is Netflix makes you kind of start out on season 3, then makes you watch season 2, then 1. It's weird how it sets it up. It really does set it up like that. But it's okay because I can see, even if I haven't watched all the new season, I've only watched the first and the second season and the first episode because it started me out, and I was like, what the fuck? I just watched episode 1 of season 3. Luckily, every episode doesn't tie together. So, but yeah, it's just that really good, grounded UK type of sci-fi like you would see in Orphan Black. Yeah. And it is the Twilight Zone for techno-paranoia, and it's just so good. Every episode, it just leaves me just looking around me and going, fuck, the people that watch with me, I'm just like, that was fucking intense, man. Like there, in short, there's an episode where you're able to, text dead people, and what it does is they go through all of your Facebook posts and all of your social media, and they construct responses and how you would talk, which is fucking so possible. I'm sure. I'm sure that is so fucking possible, right? That's really. And then yeah, exactly. And then if you want to, you can go further and upload videos and phone calls and audio, and then you can call them, and Haley Atwell is that episode, and she gets extremely dependent on this because somebody dies, and it's such a great story. And everyone is so good. But I'll get off this Black Mirror kick. I'm clearly fucking into it. Yeah. Let's get to Rogue One. It was great. It was a great movie.
Everything we could have wanted with Star Wars spinoff.
Yes.
Everything. If I don't think there's anything else they could have given us that would have been as good as Rogue One. Yeah. I just don't know.
Yeah. No. It's really true. It's the prequel we didn't know we wanted. But it's the one that we deserved.
Exactly.
It really is. It was so good. It puts the other prequels to shame. Even though I do like the second and the third prequel. They are, I still think, really great movies.
Second and third prequel. Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones and Revenge
Attack
of the
Clones
Sith.
Is shit.
I like Attack of the Clones.
It's the worst. It's the worst Star Wars movie.
It is not worse.
It is worse than
Episode
Phantom
1.
Menace. Yeah.
No, it is not.
We get pod racing in fucking Phantom Menace.
It doesn't matter because
we get fucking
the rest
dual
of that
lightsabers.
movie is garbage.
We get little Annie.
Okay.
Little Annie.
Okay. You're wrong.
It's better than the fucking love story of fucking Clone Wars, where it's all about fucking Big Annie falling in love with fucking.
Without that, you don't have Vader. You don't understand why Vader did all this and why all of this stuff happened. Padme dies because of a fucking broken heart. The robot literally looks at Obi and says, "I don't know why she's shutting down. Like, there is no reason why she'd be dying right now. But it might be because of a broken heart." They mentioned that. It's like the
movie shit. Final words.
Okay, but Jar Jar Binks is shitter. If shitter is a word, yeah, no, I'm using shitter right now.
Yeah, we were 10 when that movie came out. You know you love Jar Jar Binks when you were 10.
The movie is almost unwatchable for the first hour. Attack of the Clones is watchable. That's the difference. Episode 1 is fucking almost unwatchable. You're like, why is this character here? Nobody wanted this. Nobody.
And that's what's amazing about Rogue One is it has nothing to do with those prequels.
It has nothing to do with almost anything.
Anything
really,
to do. Well,
the future. But
I
mean, there's no ties to anything. You know what I mean? It's not tied down by really anything.
It's not like tied down, but there's tons of little.
Yeah, connections
I guess
going
I guess
forward,
the biggest
but there's
connections.
no connections going back.
Yeah, I guess the biggest connections to the past is is it Organa or?
Yeah. The Senator Organa that does take Leia at the end.
That's
the
probably
movie.
like the most that's really connected
absolutely.
to the prequels.
Yeah.
But I mean to the A New Hope, you get the little bandits or whatever, the guy that gets his arm chopped off in A New Hope. You know, they get a little scene from him. You get just all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, you do. And what's great about this movie is it proved that Star Wars isn't lightsabers. Star Wars isn't Jedis.
Even though we got amazing
lightworks.
Well, lightsaber battle.
Yeah, right at the end we got a great lightsaber scene. But it really did. The movie did not need that scene to be great.
It did
that
not.
was the thing.
No,
it didn't. It could have ended differently, and I bet you it could have still found another way to end great.
It still would have been. No, it still would have been great if he just walked up and it was just Leia leaving.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have been okay, but no. Instead, we got to see him force throwing people, killing,
just straight up murdering.
People.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was so great, and I think maybe the coolest part was like when he like lifts them and they're all like look at each other and they're all kind of like mid and they're like we're fucked. Like he's lifting us up. Like
that part was fantastic.
Yeah, that part was great. But the movie proved that dogfights is Star Wars, war is Star Wars, the little things around you is Star Wars.
Yeah.
The planets, the
Force,
the all the TIE ships, you know, the Star Destroyers, the species,
secret plans,
droids,
rebel bases.
Exactly, that is Star Wars, and you don't need a Jedi to prove it, which is really great. It was such a fantastic movie. Now let's talk about the end of the movie. We see Princess Leia finally get to plans. They say, "Princess, what did they give us?" And she takes off her hood, and she looks up out of the ship window as they go into hyperspeed, and she says, "Hope."
Yep.
Now the movie ends with Carrie Fisher. This week, sadly to say, Carrie Fisher did pass away due to her heart attack. Mm-hmm. They said that she was stabilized the day prior, and they were hoping for the best. Things did not go for the best. Shortly after, two days after, her mom passed away from a stroke. Just dealing with everything, you know, and it's such a sad thing. Both those people super influential to my life. You would even think that Debbie Reynolds probably wouldn't be, but I loved Halloween Town, dude.
That's good.
I mean, Halloween Town is probably top 3 favorite Halloween movies. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I see that. Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
Halloween Town.
And Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that is it. You know. So it was so sad to hear. A lot of people took it.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. That's good. Top 4. There's always top 4.
Always top 4.
Whenever you say a top anything, it's top 4.
Wait. We're talking about Halloween movies. Never mind. Die Hard's Christmas.
Yeah, I forgot. That's my bad. You know, I went with it though.
Die Hard could be any.
Well, you know, I was just thinking.
holiday.
I just seen it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and it's a Christmas movie.
Some
people say it's not a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie.
It's not Christmas
It's
until
a Christmas
Hans Gruber falls off Nakatomi Plaza. That is a
Exactly.
fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
No, it's true.
That's a fact.
Anyways.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah. So and everybody took it really hard. I mean, and what was cool is she didn't have a star on the Walk of Fame. Well, there was a blank star, and they made her one. And fans didn't. Over here where we live, at Wings of the Rockies, they have the X-wing there that's stored there for whenever Disney needs to use it, and they actually take it and then bring it back and stuff, which is so cool in itself. Nice. But they also have the pod racer, but they had a Carrie Fisher memoriam there. That's great. And kids dressed up, and they went, and it was all free and stuff like that. And it really just took the world. Yeah. I mean,
it's devastating. I mean, yeah, she was our princess in 2016. Just
ended on that note,
and she was, doing great. I mean, and there's people who know a lot more about some of her own stuff that she's done. Like she's not just Princess Leia. Exactly. She's done a lot of stuff. Yeah, and she's I don't know it, but she's more influential than just being princess.
She was a mental health warrior too. On another front,
she had bipolar, and she was very open about it. But it's just it's devastating. And especially like. She everything was looking up, she just filmed episode 8, and
which all of her filming is done, so it will be very interesting to see what happens. Some people wonder if the immoral thing goes into place. They completely CG'd Tarkin in Rogue One. A lot of people even kind of had some issues with that. To be honest with me, the CG was so good, I was wondering if they got someone else that looked so much like him to play him. I did not realize that until the whole movie was almost over, and I was like, that fucker.
A lot of people were complaining about it and stuff like that, but I would say I didn't notice. I thought it looked good. Same with Leia. I mean, Leia. I noticed more Leia. Obvious.
I noticed Leia, but Tarkin was much more harder to tell. Now another thing was that. What was crazy is that her mom's kind of last words was that she missed her daughter so much and that she wanted to just be with her. Had a stroke about 15 minutes later, So I mean, that's just proof that the broken heart is a real thing, and it could strike anybody. And that is so sad, and that is so deep. And hopefully they found each other wherever they are. So that's you can only wish the best. It's a troubling time, especially for everybody in the fandom. A lot of actors have also voiced things, actors and how they feel,
actors, directors, anyone that had something to do with Star Wars.
We were actually listening to a podcast that actually been recorded about 2 weeks ago, and it actually ends with the writer of the movie talking about how they met Carrie Fisher and how Carrie Fisher just told them, Rogue One made me feel like walking into Star Wars when I was younger, watching it for the first time. So it's just so crazy how all of that stuff happens, but she was fantastic. Her mother was fantastic. And they will live on.
No, they'll live on longer than any of us.
Live on longer than any of us. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the character. And the best thing about it is just remember, she was such a happy person. She had such a silly life, and she was so okay and so down to earth and chill with so many things. I mean, her most recent interview, she talks about how she banged Harrison Ford in her prime, or in his prime. I mean, that's cool stuff right there. You know what I mean? A chick that's willing to just be able to just say whatever is, and so many people should live like that, and I don't think we get the chance to because we're so caught up, especially in the day and age we live in. So take that a lesson, everything's crazy. So thank you everybody for listening this week. Been a great episode. We're so happy that you made it. Steven, any last things you'd like to say?
It was a great year.
It was a great year.
A lot of good stuff, a lot of crazy stuff, but I'm really excited to see what 2017 gives us with all of our geek stuff and all of our movies and video games.
We have movies. We have episode 8 coming out. Don't talk about the president. GBW out.
Thanks for listening. Like what you hear? Subscribe now and feel free to drop us a rate and review. Stay current with all things Geeks Between Worlds.